Hello everybody and welcome to niXtreme, and today we're going to be checking out part 2 of our August-September pickups. So let's check it out. Hello everybody, welcome back. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, and let's jump into this part 2. Okay, starting off, we're going to be doing it like always. We're going to be going new to old for these pickups, and let's start off with some Switch games. Okay, starting off, we are starting off with the Raven Remastered. Now, this is another point-and-click adventure game ported from the Xbox 360 PS3 era. I love these point-and-click adventure games. They remind me of old-school PC game playing, and I love the puzzles. I love it how they're laid back and you don't really have to react too quick. They're a good sit down. They're kind of like reading a book almost, these things. I really enjoy playing them.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen.
This time we'll get you.
Help! Where's Matt? Where's my son?
You? That's impossible! Don't move a muscle. You're under arrest. Zelda, murder.
Next up on the Nintendo Switch, I have the Metro Redux compilation. This is a cool combo pack of Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, the expansion pack to Metro 2033. They are post-apocalyptic first-person shooters that take place in, I believe, in Russia. So a real cool thing to check out. Not a lot of first-person shooters on the Switch, so it was really refreshing to pick this up. Next up, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated Edition. Now, this is another release by THQ Nordic. It is a GameCube, PlayStation 2, original Xbox game that they ported over. Now, while it's not a direct port, this game actually, they cleaned up the graphics and they made all new graphics for this game. So it looks really, really nice, really, really clean. I hear there is some frame rate issues with it, and some pop-ins and stuff. That being said, the game looks great, and I can't wait to dive into this. I never played the original, but I hear it's one of the best games on those systems, so I gotta check it out.
Pretty, can't take it!
Next up on the Nintendo Switch is a game I've been hunting for a long time, but I haven't been hunting for the Switch version. I've been hunting for the Vita version, but I haven't seen a copy come up cheap enough. And then I saw on eBay a great price on the Switch version, which only got a limited release, and it got a limited release from a company called Strictly Limited Games, and it was their first Switch release, and that is Velocity 2X. Now, this game is a cool mix between a shmup and a side-scroller. I've been looking forward to getting this game for a while. I hear amazing things about it, and graphics are neat, and I can't wait to play it. Next up, I have a PlayStation 4 game. I don't even have a PlayStation 4, but the game was such a good deal. I've only paid $8 for this, and that is Uncharted 4, and I had no problem picking this up, even though I do not have a PlayStation 4. I will get one eventually, and I played through all of the other 4 Uncharted games, the 3 on the PS3 and the Vita version of Uncharted, and I couldn't wait to jump into this because I absolutely love those games. Great adventure games, so check this out if you haven't already. I've been dying to play it myself.
If there's one thing I've learned in all these years, it's there's no such thing as a surefire plan.
I don't really have an option here. You know that. Yeah, maybe you're right. I've been out of the game. I need back in. Can I count on you? One last time.
Next up, I got Assassin's Creed Odyssey Gold Edition on the Xbox One. I'm dying to play this game because I love the Assassin's Creed games, and this one is supposed to be one of the best ones, pretty much since Black Flag, which is my actual favorite Assassin's Creed game. But this is the Gold Edition, this is a steelbook. Now, I did get this used, so I don't think any of the download codes in it work. But it's still something I've been looking forward to. It takes place in ancient Greece and looks cool.
You were sent by the gods to protect this world.
Next up, I got the Inside Limbo Combo Pack. I've been meaning to get a physical copy of Limbo. Game is awesome, and I believe, as far as I know, this is the only physical release of it on this combo pack here. It also comes with the kind of sequel inside, which is rated to be one of the top games on the Xbox One, so I've been dying to play both of these. Well, I played through a little bit of Limbo, actually, and I did like it a lot, so I'd like to dive back in, play some more. I know Limbo got a release on a Switch. I don't think Inside did. Not physical, though. Digital releases only. Next up, I got a PS Vita game, and that is Little Big Planet on the PS Vita. Now, this continues Little Big Planet gameplay on a handheld. The game's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. Not much to say. It's a side-scroller, platformer. You can make your own levels in it, so it's pretty neat.
We have to stop. You don't understand.
Next up on the PlayStation 3, I got SSX Snowboarding. This is a revival of the SSX franchise from the PlayStation 1. Cool snowboarding game. This is a genre that's kind of died out in the last couple generations. We haven't really been seeing a lot of snowboarding games. I know I got Shaun White snowboarding on the 360, and I really enjoyed that. So I don't know how this one stacks up against that one, but I'll have to check it out and see. Next up on the PlayStation 3, I got Blazing Angels 2, Secret Missions of World War II, 2 2s in the title. Now this game is a airplane shooting game, so it's not a shoot 'em up, but it's kind of like just the air combat game. I love air combat games for some reason. I don't know why I like them so much, but I always enjoyed them. So I saw this, I decided to pick it up at the thrift store, and can't wait to dive in and check it out and see if it's actually any good. Next up on the PlayStation 2, I got another air combat game, and that is Top Gun Combat Zones. Now, I saw this, I picked it up because I'm kind of reminiscent of the Top Gun games on the NES, and I don't know if this is any good. It looks pretty good from what I've seen of it, though, so I can't wait to check it out and see if it's any good.
Do you have what it takes to be Top Gun? You must take control and dominate your need for speed. Do you have what it takes to engage the enemy in 36 target-rich campaigns while you strafe, bomb, and blast your way through 4 different locations around the world? Top Gun, Combat Zones, rated E for everyone.
Next up on the PlayStation 2, I got a, I guess kind of a beat 'em up. It's a God of War style game, and that is Ghost Rider. I do not believe this is a tie-in with the movie. I know it came out around the same time as the original Ghost Rider movie, but I don't believe this ties into the movie at all. Next up, I got the Pokken Tournament DX Fight Pad on the Nintendo Wii U. Now, this Fight Pad was released specifically to play that game, so the controls are a little bit weird. You got the ZL and ZR buttons are mapped to front buttons, which is kind of strange, but you do have the L and R buttons on the top here. It's a cool controller. I actually plugged it into the Switch, and this controller does actually work with the Switch, so that's kind of neat. That this controller works on both systems. So if I do get the remaster of Pokken Tournament DX on the Switch, I can play with this controller. Next up, it's not a game, but it is game related. It is Earthworm Jim, the complete series on DVD. Now, I've been dying to get this show for a long time, and I waited a little bit too long on it because eventually it went out of print. Copies of this DVD series is going for up to $260 on eBay. I do believe they did eventually put it back in print, so I did get this for $20. So I didn't pay that crazy $260 scalping price. I do believe it went back in print anyways, or I just got lucky, one of the two. So yeah, it's a hilarious show. It's Earthworm Jim's voiced by the same guy who voiced Homer Simpson. So it's a real fun show. I remember enjoying it a lot as a kid, so check it out. Next up, we're getting into old school PC games. I picked all these up for $1 each at a local reused store. Now this one is called Earth Siege. This is a Sierra game. I love Sierra PC games, a lot of nostalgia with me. This is a first-person mech shoot-'em-up game. Looked pretty cool, 3D game. So it was probably in the later releases of Sierra games. Now, so yeah, I saw it. I only bought it because it said Sierra on it, but it looks pretty cool anyways.
It's a new era. The quest to define the most agile and articulated mechanical robots of the decade is complete. The Hercs are battle ready. From the designers of the original Mech Warrior comes a superior line of armored might. Metal Tech, a menacing line of Herculean power. The first battle, Earth Siege. You and your squadron must save the Earth from invading cybrids. Headquarters maintains visual and audio contact with you and your squad. Herc weapons customization and battle strategy will decide your fate. Launch a few trigawatts of firepower from your electron flux at enemy ground rovers and skimmer aircraft. Your cockpit is your base of operations. Fight campaigns across desert terrain, polar ice fields, volcanic ash, and urban remains. Survive 30 missions, each with randomly generated battle elements to test your military prowess. Metal Tech Earth Siege, the future in robotic warfare simulation.
Next up, I got a couple expansion pack games. They're expansions for the original Half-Life, and that is Half-Life Opposing Force and Half-Life Blue Shift. Now, these expansion packs are pretty cool because you play as different perspectives to the original Half-Life game. So in Opposing Force, you play as one of those soldiers that are an enemy in Half-Life, and it's kind of cool because you run into scenes where Gordon Freeman's running around that you played through as Gordon Freeman in Half-Life, and you'll be running around as one of the Opposing Force characters. And that's the same thing with Blue Shift. You play as Barney, the security guard, and you run into same situations. You'll be replaying situations in the original Half-Life, but from the perspective of Barney, the security guard. So there's real cool expansion packs. Check it out if you can.
I wonder if those boys could have made a bigger mess.
Okay, last but not least, I spent a lot of time playing this on the PC back in the day, and that is the original Call of Duty. Now, this game was released by Infinity Ward, made by the makers after they left Infinity Ward, who made Titanfall. They created Respawn Studios, and they created Titanfall and all those games. This original one was made by Infinity Ward after they made the original Medal of Honor games, and then they went over to, I believe Activision bought them, or I don't know if they bought them yet, but they did publish this game, Call of Duty. Awesome original narrative World War II game. I believe, it's like, when I played this, it blew my mind, like, how good the narrative was in this game. Real fun. Check it out. It has been lost a lot in recent games where it's become more multiplayer focused. Now, this original one did have a multiplayer, but the focus was on the single player campaign, which was awesome. Okay, so now we're done games. I only got one more thing left to show, and I thought this was pretty cool when I found it. I got a complete sealed, in its package, Gemstick third-party Atari controller. I saw this on the shelf at a thrift store. I'm like, wow, that is 80s. You got the rainbow, you got the grid pattern in the back to show that it's the future. Thought this was super cool. The plastic's a little bit yellowing from the age. Real cool. The package isn't in the best shape, but it's like I said, I saw this. It was so cool to see it. I had to pick it up. Well, everybody, that's my final video on the pickups for August and September. Stay tuned for more videos this month. I know I've been a little bit lackluster with posting them, and yeah, I've been busy lately. I've been just trying to do it when I can. But thanks everybody for getting me up to 100 subscribers. And the next goal is get up to 1,000. So let's see how that goes. We'll see you later.